dumbest thing you did as a teenager? Like as far as like a challenge. Like I know that these challenges arise.
See, so many things are fluttering through my head.
I know.
The dumbest thing I ever did as a teenager was play with matches. I never burnt anything down.
Challenged you?
No. But as far as a challenge goes, the dumbest thing I ever did, I don't think that happened until I started losing bets to you, and I had to start, wearing diapers in public and having guacamole thrown at me.
So that was later on in life.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Dumbest challenge as a kid.
Look, I'll tell you what. You getting guacamole thrown at you, walk in the park compared to what the teenagers of today are doing. It's just stupid. Like, this is a response to what the kids are doing, the latest trend. That's going to be a dumbass of the day. This is a response on Twitter to it. Just another example of how today's youth is so stupid and moronic. All are complete wastes of oxygen.
Well, to be fair to them, they have social media, we didn't. And I don't know if social media plays into this at all.
In this instance,
but
it does.
I think, that can you imagine
but it's dumb.
if there was cell phones that could instantly do videos and cameras and post to everyone?
Look how dumb I can be. That's what you're saying.
We were so dumb when we were young. If it was documented,
we would have just got dumber. And that's exactly what's happening.
How pathetic can some people be?
Parents, if you got a teenager, applaud. Yeah, that's the usual response. This weak, feeble, barely get it out. That's what teens do to you. They just suck the life force right out of you, don't they? I got a 15-year-old boy at home. Let me tell you, there's nowhere in the Bible does it mention how old the devil was when he rejected God's authority. But if I made a guess, 15, that would be my guess. What an attitude. Says to me one night, we're eating dinner. He goes, Dad, I just thought of this. I'll be driving in a year. That innocent remark kept me awake for 6 weeks. Isn't that the most frightening thing in the world? It's even more frightening when you're looking out the living room window. You see him on his bicycle, pop a wheelie, and plow right into a mailbox. Oh, quick, honey, get the keys. Let's let him drive today.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOC.
Oh, you have that to look forward to, Jeff.
So Tide Pod Challenge was actually a real thing.
Oh, God. You know what? My mom uses those. And I was just at her house, and she's like, yeah, just throw that in there. I'm looking at it like, okay, remember when we were kids and we were bad? This happened to you all the time. You say a bad word, your mom puts a bar of soap in your mouth. Mm-hmm. Pretty bad experience, right?
Yeah.
And these kids are eating soap?
Well, no, okay.
Because it's colorful?
I didn't even know. Okay, I heard about the Tide Pod Challenge. That's a couple of years ago, removed, right? But I didn't know it was really a thing. I thought people were accidentally eating them because they looked like candy or something. Like little kids were eating them. But apparently teenagers were eating these Tide Pods.
Doesn't make any sense.
Now they are doing something called the Shell On Challenge. Are you familiar with this?
No, not at all.
So they are daring each other to eat the plastic packaging and cardboard boxes that certain things come in, whether it be food. So you get to eat the food, but the problem is you get to eat the packaging that comes with it too. Now they're doing it with fruit peels as well, like oranges, limes, things like that. And they're posting the videos on Snapchat. Snapchat's where the morons go, right? Snapchat is where Darwinism really puts itself on display.
Well, then I got to get this app.
Give me some of that.
Need more entertainment.
Doctors obviously advise against eating anything that isn't food. They say that eating plastic and other things that can be linked to BPA. I guess, what's BPA?
I don't know.
BPA is in the packaging of like plastic and the cardboard, and has been suggested to influence hormones. The chemicals in PVC can be linked to cancer.
Bisphenol A. That's what it's called.
What is it?
Bisphenol A.
Uh-huh.
BPA is an industrial chemical that has been used to make plastics.
Okay.
Like you said.
People are blasting the teens on the videos on Twitter. So Twitter's like the responsible person's social media, and the irresponsible teenagers' social media, Snapchat, because they're taking the copies of the Snapchat, they're embedding them in their tweets, and they're saying these guys are dumb and they're idiots. But how did this become a thing? And like, why this? And the reason why.
What did we do when we were kids?
We've talked about this, okay?
Cinnamon challenge, maybe?
The fact that no, that was after we were kids. the fact that surveillance has become so prevalent in society, and kids have this urge to get
attention,
and
but you would think they would see this and go, "Oh God, I'm not doing that."
Irresponsible behavior. You can no longer TP somebody's house. You can no longer egg somebody's house. You can no longer do any, because the surveillance is so prevalent.
I saran wrapped people's houses.
Trailers.
Just trailers. They were easier.
A person's trailer.
Or
You
cars.
can't do that because even the trailers have surveillance now. You know, I mean, that's the sad thing about it.
Straight out the trailer
now,
surveillance.
Kids are like they got to resort themselves to something else to get attention, and it's really dangerous. It's like eating packaging. Like somebody thought that was a good idea.
Remember, we should make forts and make big jumps. That's what we did. We rode our bikes.
Oh, no.
We made big jumps, and then which was bad because I remember this one jump we made was at the bottom of a ditch. Don't do that. That was really stupid. You just go over the handlebars and hit your face on the rocks. Luckily, it didn't really mess up my neck.
But
or my
enough
head.
people did mess up their neck and head, so that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Or putting M80s in mailboxes. I had a friend of the family. He was paralyzed, shot in the head, like brain dead practically, and never will be able to walk and speak the same because he wanted to put an M80 in a mailbox.
Oh God! That's
and the
terrible.
guy was waiting for him and shot him in the head.
That really rough and tumble place you grew up. Jesus
that's
Christ.
Pierce County. It was on cops for a reason, Jeff.
Deadwood. For God's sakes.
So thank God all this stuff happened when I was young, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing any of that stuff.
Hey,
No.
Let's bring the Harlem Shake back so people don't do things like eat plastic and cardboard, for God's sakes.
Stupid kids. What are you going to tell your kids? I mean, are you going to tell them ahead of time? You just tell them ahead of time. Don't eat soap.
I already do. Like when
Don't
they do
eat packaging.
stupid stuff that I think is stupid, which is they haven't gotten to this point yet, I just look at them. I give them this look like, what were you thinking? And they usually are like, oh, that's pretty embarrassing. And then they
The
go
kids, you have to learn that way, right? We learn the hard way because as you're not experienced with things. You do things, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Congratulations to the youth of America. Stop eating the packaging.
I'm going to blame the parents. I'm going to say the parents aren't involved in the kids' lives enough. If your kids are eating Tide Pod pads and
you better
they're eating
sign them up
the wrapper
for every
of a candy bar,
extracurricular activity there is.
Keep 'em busy,
STEM,
man.
Soccer, baseball, volleyball,
chess,
water polo,
whatever it is.
Sign them up if you catch them eating that packaging. They are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ.